There are gifts that almost no one carries. Not the common ones, not the ones everybody talks about. I am talking about the rare ones, the strange ones. The gifts that show up in maybe 2 out of every 100 people, and the ones who have them usually spend most of their lives thinking something is wrong with them, because no one around them carries the same thing. If you have ever felt like you were built differently, like you experience the spiritual world in a way the people around you simply do not, there is a reason for that. You may be carrying one of these rare gifts and not even know it. And by the end of this video, you are going to know, because I am going to walk you through the 7 rarest spiritual gifts that only a small fraction of people ever carry. The gifts that mark the truly chosen. And I am going to describe each one so clearly that you will know immediately whether it is operating in you. Here is what almost no one understands about these gifts. They are not given out evenly. The common gifts are spread across many people, but these 7 are concentrated in a few, the ones God set apart before they were even born. That is why, if you carry one, you have probably spent your life feeling like an outsider, like you did not quite fit, like there was a layer of reality you could see that the people closest to you were completely blind to. It was not your imagination, it was the gift. And the strangeness you felt was simply the cost of carrying something rare in a world full of the ordinary. The 7th rare gift is the discerning of spirits. This is the gift of perceiving what is really there behind the words, behind the smile, behind the surface that everyone else accepts at face value. If you have ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere shift inside you before anyone spoke, if you have ever met someone who seemed perfectly pleasant and felt every alarm in your spirit go off, if you have ever known something was wrong long before there was any proof, you carry this. People with this gift cannot be fooled the way others can. They feel deception. They feel heaviness. They feel when something holy is present and when something is not. There are other signs too. You often feel drained after being around certain people, as if they pulled something out of you. You can sense when someone is lying, even when their story is perfect. You sometimes feel a physical reaction, a tightening, a chill, a sudden unease that you cannot explain until later. And you have learned, usually the hard way, that when you ignored that feeling, you regretted it. It is rare because most people only perceive what their 5 senses report. You perceive past them. If that is you, that is gift number 1 on your list. Keep counting. The 6th rare gift is the gift of dreams and visions, the seer's gift. This is given to the ones God speaks to in the night, and sometimes in the middle of the day when their eyes are wide open. If you remember your dreams vividly, if some of them have come true, if you see images and scenes that you have no natural explanation for, if you have dreamed of people or events before they happened, you carry the seer's gift. You may also wake at the same hour night after night, pulled out of sleep for reasons you cannot name. You may see things in your mind while you pray, pictures and impressions that carry meaning. You may have had a dream so vivid that it stayed with you for years. Throughout history, God has used this gift to warn, to guide, and to reveal what was coming before it arrived. It is rare because most people sleep through the night and remember nothing. You were given an open door where most people have a wall. If that is you, add it to your count. The 5th rare gift is the word of knowledge. This is one of the strangest gifts to live with because it is the gift of suddenly knowing something you have no natural way of knowing. A name drops into your mind, a detail about someone you just met, a piece of information about a situation that no one told you. You just know it, and later you find out you were right. Sometimes you feel an urge to say something to a stranger, and it turns out to be exactly what they needed to hear. Sometimes you sense the real problem underneath what someone is telling you. People with this gift often frighten themselves because the knowing comes from nowhere and lands with certainty. It is not a guess, it is a download. It is rare because it bypasses logic entirely. God simply hands you a piece of knowledge that He wants you to have, usually so you can help someone, pray for someone, or avoid something. If you have experienced this, that is another one for your list. The fourth rare gift is the gift of healing. This is the gift of being a vessel that healing flows through, not because of who you are, but because of who God is. Choosing to move through your hands, your prayers, your presence. If you have ever laid hands on someone and felt something move, if you have prayed for someone and watched them recover in a way that did not make natural sense, if you carry an unusual compassion for the sick and the suffering that pulls you toward them instead of away, you may carry this. You may notice that people are drawn to you when they are hurting, that they tell you things they tell no one else, that something in you wants to lay hands and pray even when you feel unqualified. It is rare because most people pray and hope. The ones with this gift pray and something happens. If that is you, add it to your number and keep counting. The third rare gift is the working of miracles. This is a step beyond healing. This is the gift through which the impossible bends. The ones who carry it tend to see things happen around them that other people simply do not experience. Sudden provisions in the middle of a crisis, dead-end situations that suddenly open up. It is the gift of intervention. If you have a history of being in places where, just when all hope was lost, the situation turned around in a way that defied every logical explanation, you carry this. It is rare because it requires a specific kind of abandonment. You have to be willing to be the one who stands still when everyone else is running. You have to be willing to trust when there is zero evidence that things will work out. If you have watched the impossible happen around you, pay attention. The second rare gift is the gift of faith. I'm not talking about ordinary belief. I'm talking about the rare, supernatural gift of faith. The kind that does not waver even when everything says it should. If you have been through the fire, through the loss, through the absolute ruin of your plans, and found yourself standing on the other side with more conviction than you started with, you have this gift. It is the ability to see the invisible and hold on to it when the visible world is falling apart. It is why you do not panic like other people. It is why you can stay calm in the middle of a storm. People look at you and they do not understand how you are still standing, how you are still hopeful, how you are still moving forward. It is not because you are stubborn, it is because you are carrying the second gift. You are the one who stays steady when the ground shakes. If this sounds like your life, you are likely carrying the seventh as well. The first and rarest gift of all, the one that costs the most, the one given to the fewest. It is the gift of bearing, the intercessor's heart. This is the gift of feeling what others feel and feeling what God feels and carrying it. You are the one who feels the weight of the world, the one who carries the burdens no one else wants to touch. You are the bridge. You are the one who stands in the gap when everything else is falling apart. It is a lonely gift because it is invisible, because no one sees you doing it. But you are the reason the structure stays standing. If you have spent your life feeling exhausted by the weight of people and situations you cannot explain, you are not weak. You are carrying the weight of an intercessor. You are the one willing to stand. So now you have the list. You see the pattern. You see why your life has been the way it has. The trials, the isolation, the feeling of being different. None of that was an accident. It was the price of the gifts you carry. But we must talk about the cost of silence. Many of you are still holding back.
You are still trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for you. You think if you just hide your intensity, if you just stop being too much, people will finally understand you. But the truth is, the world doesn't need you to be smaller. The world is starving for the things you carry. When you withhold your gift, you aren't just protecting yourself. You are depriving someone else of the strength they need to survive their own storm. Think about the people who needed someone to stand, but nobody was there. You have been trained through your suffering to be that person. You were given these gifts not for your own comfort, but to change the atmosphere around you.